Get at me. Yeah, that's cheating. Hey everybody, let me find some shade there. Hey everybody, and welcome back to another vlog. So I just got back from my new practicum in Germany for physiotherapy. So if you're new here, hi, hello, my name is Julianne. I'm a Canadian living abroad in Germany, and I'm doing an apprenticeship or Ausbildung in physiotherapy. And today I just got back from my third day in my new practicum position, and so far it's really great. So I'm at a rehabilitation center that more so specializes in like lung patients with problems with breathing, or a lot of patients with long COVID go there. A lot of patients go there after they've had some sort of operation. And so far it's going pretty good. I actually started this vlog on Friday. Me and my husband went rock climbing and it was a lot of fun. But then, you know what? I just couldn't stop myself from causing another injury. Not as bad as breaking my leg, but I strained a muscle in my neck, and then the entire weekend I was just like putting on Tiger Balm, icing it. It's a lot better now, I have to say. It's much better. So I was able to go to work and everything fine, and honestly I think going to work made it feel better. All of the therapy that I was doing actually helped. Yeah, so I wasn't really vlogging on the weekend, but I got some clips of us rock climbing and it was so much fun. There was this one thing that we were trying to do there. They had this new like partner climb, and you had to start and like fist bump at the start, and then at the end you also had to like fist bump each other, and then you would have to like use the holds on the wall and like each other's bodies to like climb up. And we were trying for like 20 minutes just to start it, but we couldn't figure out how to hold on to it and do the fist bump. So we didn't get very far, but we did a lot of other things that were a lot of fun. Also, I am quite pleased because yesterday, you know, I really noticed, especially with my neck, that like moving did make it feel better. And so I cleaned up the living room. I put away like all of the winter things, and I think it looks so nice and clean and tidy right now. So let me show you. And here it is, looking very tidy. There are a few things that need to get put away. Like I have some of these Christmas pillowcases. These are actually like old Hungarian pillowcases from my grandmother, but I just use those for Christmas. Have a random sweater. The floor is clear. There's no more like we had our Christmas tree stand out until the weekend, so I'm really glad that's gone. And just looks very nice and tidy. I also tried to tidy up our little bookshelf thing that we have going on here. I did a little bit. These two shelves, well, these three, they look much cleaner than they did before. So I'm just going to relax a little bit, drink something, knit something, maybe watch another episode of The Vampire Diaries, because I just recently got myself back onto it, especially this weekend, because I couldn't really do a lot of other stuff other than like get up, walk around a bit, relieve my neck pain, and then take another break and watch another episode of Vampire Diaries. So I'm gonna continue that and I'll talk to you guys later. Hey guys, so it is a Friday and it's dark out. You can probably tell that I don't have very good lighting right now. Yeah, and this was such a hard week. I think maybe I'll talk more about it tomorrow when I start filming again, but I got a really special delivery today and I just wanted to unbox it with you guys. So I ordered some artwork, or some prints rather, from a company called Desenio, and I received them, so I thought let's open them together and I'll show you guys what I got, because I think especially it's the long weekend and I want to liven up my space, especially make the living room a little bit brighter, just like add more color. So let's open this up. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, how do I open this so that they don't go flying? Ooh, yeah, I like these. The first thing that I picked out, and this is the smallest, is this very abstract, colorful print. I didn't necessarily like fall in love with the design or anything. I just really liked all of the colors. I liked the bright blue and the yellow. I thought yellow would be really happy. So this is one of the posters that I got, and you will look lovely on our wall. The next poster that I got, also for the color primarily, is this espresso poster. And I think in the daylight, hopefully, I'll show you again, because I think this green, just online, it looked really, really nice. It was like the perfect, like bright, but not like overly bright green. Not like diluted, like a sage green or like a eucalyptus green. Like it's a proper green. So you can tell I definitely have a theme of greens and blues. And I did want to keep a good mix of like color heavy photos and more kind of like natural looking photos. So this next one is definitely more of the like natural ones, I guess. Natural, I don't know. Not so bold. And it's just these seashells. It's a lino. I actually remember doing this kind of artwork in high school. You would get like a sheet of, I don't know what it was. It wasn't clay, but it was something. And then you would kind of carve out your design and then roll the paint on and press it onto a paper. So yeah. I thought this was just a very timeless piece, especially like more so than the espresso. I know the espresso mug is more so for the color, but this is something that like, I got it in a big size because I know that I would probably like keep this forever, you know, it will never go out of style. And I was kind of debating between having this in our bedroom or in the living room, so I'll have to play around with it, but I do really love it. And the last print I got is a Van Gogh. What's this one called? Green Wheat Fields. Yeah, and I just thought the colors were so pretty and very like textural looking. Obviously it's just a print, so it doesn't have any texture, but the look of it is very nice. And I think like, especially like the greens and the blues with like the wood tones, I think these are gonna be so nice. So I just wanted to do that little unboxing with you guys right now, and probably tomorrow morning when it's light out again, then I will probably show them again to see, because I'm also curious, like I only opened them just now. I'm also kind of curious to see how the colors look in the daylight. is actually quite difficult to do without frames. Alright, so I did end up ordering some frames from Sostra Green. I think that was the best place that I could find some. And so for the espresso, that's like a 40 by 50, and we already had a frame. I bought in that size because we had a free frame for it. And then for the other ones, I had to buy new frames because we don't really have any, we haven't really hung that much artwork before in our flat. We only have those, the ones where it's like the magnetic pieces of wood on the top and on the bottom. But I think I wanted them all to be a bit more cohesive. So I just got some matching frames for those, and I think it's gonna look really nice. And I think it's also gonna be a lot easier to kind of play around with them on the wall to see where I want them. Yeah, and it's it's not necessarily any lighter today than it was last night, maybe a little bit, of course, but it's not a sunny day. So of course the colors aren't as vibrant as they would be, but we'll see. Who knows? I'm not gonna like return them. I think no matter what, I really like them all. So it's going good. I've also been trying to collect a bit of artwork in the past year or so because it's always been my goal to have like a big gallery wall. So the first real artwork that I bought is just this little tiny watercolor from Greece, which is very pretty, has lots of nice colors. So I'll have to integrate this into a little gallery wall. And then I also have this little print, which has the blues and yellows. I'm just realizing now that I don't have a frame for this one, so we're gonna have to see. Maybe I'll have to see if I have a frame for this or not. And then very excitingly, we have booked our spring holiday. So I'm so excited because my family is coming over. At least my parents and my sister, they're coming to Germany, and we're all gonna go to Italy together. And I'm so excited because I think I was in Italy 5 years ago for my honeymoon, and we haven't been back since, so I'm very excited to go again. Excited to eat all the food, and I think I'm maybe gonna also look for some art thing there to add to our gallery wall. I got this new shampoo last week, and I literally just washed my hair 2 days ago, and it's already looking not that clean anymore. So apologies about that. I'm looking a little scraggly today. New shampoo, not so great, not so effective. So last night I hinted that my last full week of practicum was very exhausting and that I would talk a little bit more about it today. So yeah, I think it all kind of plays a role together and is kind of built up to make it so difficult for me. I mean, I kind of have to consider that, okay, I broke my leg, I wasn't doing any sports. For my first practicum, it wasn't as physically exhausting. And then I was back in classes and studying for my exams, so just sitting at a desk and being so like inactive for like 2 months. And now I am at a rehabilitation center where my primary role is walking tests. That's a thing, I'll explain. And also just different types of fitness groups that I am then leading. And so then I'm going from like 0 to 100, where I'm just like the entire day really active. And I'm also waking up so much earlier because this practicum starts really early, like 7:30, and I have to drive a ways to get there. I mean, obviously I know some people that's normal, but it was a bit of a change, you know, when I had to go to classes. They started at like 8:30. I didn't have to wake up until like 7, and then I still had like a lot of time to get ready. Having to leave for my practicum before 7 o'clock has been exhausting, just because I need to adjust to waking up a lot earlier. And then I also need to adjust to this like new level of activity. So I'll give you an example. On Friday, the entire morning, I was just doing these walking tests, which every patient goes through, and it's just a way to measure how much better the patient has become during their stay. And you know what, for most patients, it's just like a normal walking pace. But then, you know, sometimes when there's like a 2-meter tall man and he's just walking normally, I'm like jogging to keep up with him just because he's so much taller than I am. I actually checked. I got over 10,000 steps before noon on Friday. And then on other days that week, it would be more split up between doing these walking tests and then leading a fitness group. And it's exhausting, even though it's like a very easy level of like sport or activity for the patients. For us as the therapists, doing it for 8 hours straight is really exhausting. But I do have hope, because there is another lady, she started working there full time like 6 weeks ago, and she told me that the first 2 weeks she was the same. It was so exhausting for her too, and then, you know, your body adjusts and you get used to it, and then you can actually have energy to like do other things outside of work again. So I'm looking forward to that day, and hopefully it comes soon. So anyways, that's my little rant about how exhausted I was last week. I think honestly, I was more tired in the evenings than when I was in the middle of my exam break. But it's also a different kind of exhaustion. Like, I'm in a new surrounding, I'm active the entire day, and you know, working with patients, I'm like really straining myself for the language to really make sure I understand everybody, really make sure that I'm communicating clear in German. And I think that's all just playing a role for how exhausting it is. So even more so, I am incredibly grateful that it's a long weekend and I have some rehabilitation time for myself. So one thing I do just want to add is that I don't want to complain too much about it being exhausting or whatever, because really it is such a good career because it's so active. And some of my instructors, that they're not physiotherapists, you know, quite a few of my instructors are doctors or whatever, and they have told us that us being physiotherapists is like almost an investment in our like long-term health, because we're active and because it's not an office job where we're just sitting the entire day. So I am thankful that it's an active job, and I noticed that when I was back at school, I was getting like more just like weird pains and stuff, and I was really craving more movement. And so I want to end this on a good note. I'm definitely happy to be in this career, and I'm happy that it's so active. I just need a bit of time to adjust to it. Yeah, I think it's so motivating because I'm at this rehabilitation center, and almost the entire physio team are these incredible women, and they're all like athletes. So they're working here the whole day, like leading these fitness things, and then they're like going home and they're like being very active outside of work as well. And I just find that very, very motivating. And yeah. Anyways, that's it. I think I have been ranting long enough, so I'm gonna end the vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel for more content about living abroad in Germany, doing physiotherapy, being in practicum. Yeah, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!